Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar. I am Rhonda Seelinger. I am the Customer Engagement Manager for iClicker, and I want to thank you so much for joining us today. We are going to begin the presentation momentarily, but I do have a couple quick announcements before we get started. I wanted to let you know that we automatically mute everyone. You probably heard that as you were logging in, and we do that just to help us keep out background noise. But please use the chat box or the question box because we do want to hear from you, and you are welcome at any point to send in a question or ask make a comment, and we will do our best to get to those. Throughout, like I said, I'm monitoring throughout the presentation, so we promise to try to address any of those. And I also want to let you know that we are recording the webinar, and we will send a link shortly afterwards. We do archive our webinars on the iClicker.com website, and you can also see upcoming webinars, so I hope you can check that site out. And with those things covered, I am very pleased to introduce our guest speaker, Grace Tuttle of Boise State University. Grace joined the Learning Technology Solutions team at Boise State in 2016, and we are excited to have her share her experience in building a faculty learning community. So with that, Grace, I'm going to send it over to you.
Well, good afternoon, and thank you for having me today on the webinar. Just like what Rhonda said, my name is Grace Tuttle from Boise State University. I will give you a little bit background of me, but I will not bore you, I promise. I came from my first background is actually from the U.S. military, moved on to the Idaho legislature as an IT, and then from then on, I had experience in academia, and prior to coming to my recent role, I was also at Boise State since August of 2012. So I've been at Boise State for at least 6 years, and I've been in academia for about 9 years because I worked at Whitworth University prior to this role. Well, let's get started. And today we are going to be talking about how I built and envisioned the iClicker faculty community here at Boise State. So I modeled this FLC, or the faculty learning community, from our Idea Shop. Idea Shop is actually our instructional designers here at Boise State, and they are under the purview of the Center of Teaching and Learning community. The goals of my FLC is to really build a community of faculty members, so then they will be able to share ideas about their effective teaching or even their current teaching. And so then they will be able to increase their knowledge and understanding of about their teaching and how active learning works using certain tools. I also want them to interact and collaborate with one another from within their department, and with other department. As we kind of know, sometimes we tend to get siloed from one another because we're focused on our colleges, and it's not that we don't care about other colleges, it's just that's our focus, right? So that's why that is one of my goals, is for faculty members to interact and collaborate. And the last goal for my FLC is taking risk. That means to say, as people, an example of that is that if they're using clickers, using multiple choice questions, take a risk and use other types of questioning. Kind of get out of your comfort zone. So we need to experiment, we need to take risks. That's the reason why I built the FLC. So in fall of 2015, the student response system here at Boise State, we started piloting. it. The reason why we started our pilot is because at the time we had a current system that we have been using, even though, mind you, at the time I was not here with my group, the Learning Technology Solutions, right? The reason why they started piloting is because there was a report of dissatisfaction and a lot of technical difficulties, and the report went to the high profile people like our provost, our director of our CTL, and our president. So as if it went that way, it's time to look for different products, right? So, and also because of that, it's also time to assess new product. And at the time, the student response system that we were using, it's gonna be costly for students, and it's gonna be able, well, the billing subscription is kind of different. It's gonna affect really the students. So it's time to assess. So during the time of our pilot, they sent out a survey, my group LTS, Learning Technology Solutions, to faculty members and students. And one of the good things about that survey is that it went through our Disability Resource Center, and they looked at different products. We looked at Turning Point, we looked at iClicker, we looked at um, analytics, and then Top Hat. So out of that pilot, iClicker got the best, the thumbs up, especially when it comes to the hands-on with disability, especially the accessibility portion. So in fall of 2016, obviously when the universities decided, because of the survey, we adopted iClicker. So then in spring of 2017, I became the administrator of iClicker. And this is the time when I can say, what do I do now, right? What are the other things I need to do now? So my journey begins building this FLC during spring of 2017. Dr. Matt Evans from University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire presented at Boise State using Reef, how you can use iClicker effectively in your classroom. And when he was here, I was telling myself, it's great that I have someone, a faculty member from another university, right? But I want my own. I want to have my own rock stars. So I think in a way I'm a little bit jealous. So I had to do something about it. I love his presentation, but I want one of my Boise State faculty to be presenting not locally and in other schools. So like what I said, that's the beginning of my journey. And then after the thought of having an FLC, I had a conversation with my boss. He is the LTS director. And to be honest, I really did not know what to do. I really don't know much about FLC. I don't know anything about this pedagogy thing. All I know is I'm from IT. I'm a technical person. I don't know. So all I did is brainstorm with my boss. And later on, I will show you guys what we came up with. And that's the inception of my FLC. So, and then my next step, summer of 2017, I had a conversation with Dr. Karen Adams. She is an assistant professor here at Boise State in the College of Health. She was a brand new user of Clicker at the time I met her. And I told her that, hi, Karen, I really would like to do this FLC. And these are the reasons why I want to build an FLC. And then she understood what I was saying, even though I really did not know much about FLC. She said, when you build that FLC, I'm in. And then I thought, wow, I already have gotten a person. I don't even really know what I'm doing, but I know I need to build a rock star or rock stars. That's the reason why I initiated this FLC. And then in fall of 2017, the FLC began, right? So in fall of 2017, I had three meetings. Three meetings that I've done, and then here are the members of my FLC. As you can see right here, they kind of come from a different background, different roles in the university and stuff. So I was very pleased having them as members of the FLC. Just like what I said with my conversation with Karen, it kind of started coming in with the application. To be honest with you, we published this on the web. I had to turn down people because I cannot manage all of them. Right now, I don't want to manage more people, and then I don't want my FLC to fail. So 6 people is very convenient for me to manage. So as you can see, there are people who are assistant professors, lecturer, and from management, science, and engineering, and math. So I want to show you this. iClicker Reef is very easy to manage, but I need to be able to deliver it to the faculty and to the students. That's the reason why I built FLC, because I really cannot do it alone. But as you may see right here in the middle, I'm the instructional technologist, right? Without all of these people, the network people, security people, the idea shop, those are the instructional designers and the Center of Teaching and Learning, my group, Learning Technology Solutions, the bookstore, customer care, help desk. I will not be able to do all of this without the help of all of these people. So then I will be able to deliver it to the faculty members and eventually to the students, right? And I need to mention that during this time, during supporting anything's going on for the FLC, for the iClicker or Reef, I would like to mention that another person who helps me behind the scenes is Melissa O'Brien from iClicker. I would not be able to do this right away if she is not a good help for me. So what I'm trying to emphasize here is building an FLC is great, but building a relationship is the first thing that you need to do. Without relationship, without having good relationship, I don't know how I would have survived in this job. I am very, very thankful for my group. First of all, for my boss, Leif Nelson, and then the rest of the team. Jack Vent helped me out during the time of FLC. Brad Hollenbeck helped me during support, and my other Blackboard administrator team, and Daniel Gold, the rest of the Learning Technology Solutions. I thank you. I thank you for all of the help and all of the OIT people who helped me out. So once again, FLC is not going to be in good standing without the help of other people in between. And like what I said, relationship is good, building the FLC, and the current faculty members who are in the FLC, they are good help to me. So we will be able to deliver and get a little bit more adoption when FLC is here helping me out. So the outcome of the FLC is a culmination of the monthly meetings. As mentioned earlier, we had when my brainstorm with my boss, he asked me, well, what do you want? What is going to be your deliverable? And then I said, I don't know. Remember, I didn't know much about this research. All I want rock stars from Boise State. But of course, I have done a lot of the research, talking to a lot of people, and we came up with a workshop after the 3 meetings that FLC has done. So what that workshop entailed was that they are the one who led and presented to other faculty member. what my role was to facilitate and schedule the workshop, logistics, those types of kind of admin work, if you may, and a little bit of communication to, not a little bit, but a lot of communication throughout the university. So that's why we were able to deliver a workshop. And I think this might be an interesting email that I have gotten yesterday. I would like to share with you, if you may, and I will read it. One of the faculty members who attended the FLC in December, who attended the workshop, she said, my main takeaway from the December workshop was that the cloud-based iClicker has a lot of flexibility and functionality. I've mostly used multiple choice so far, but I'm excited about possibilities for future. She said, thank you. Overall, things are going well. So like what I've said, to build an FSC, my main thing is building relationship from the very beginning to the end. I think that's all I have.
Thanks, Grace. I do have a question for you, and it has to do with, you had mentioned that there's different roles of a variety of your learning consultants, like they're coming from different backgrounds. And so when you did your workshop, do you feel like you have to sort of match roles, like if you're from the math department, you're going to do better with a person from math, or do you feel like any of them are capable to deal with any discipline, or I hope that makes sense.
I think I understand what your question is. I think in a way, their specialty does not matter, because out of that FLC, people were telling me that people like biology instructors or accounting instructors, they're telling me it's really all about the active learning. They were asking like, oh, how do you do that target? Because these faculty are the FLC members are the ones who are doing it in class. Oh, I did not know that you use short answer. I think they learn it from there. It's not really discipline specific, but it's really active learning in general. Now, to be specific, then I can kind of say, oh, you might want to talk to Dr. Molnar if you if you are from engineering or that type of area, right? But mostly all of my FLC members are capable of initiating or doing active learning using iClicker.
Great. Do they do a lot of like one-on-one teaching on your campus, or is it more, before a semester you guys get together and share best practices? Is there much one-on-one help given?
So one-on-one given like from me, you mean?
No, I mean like can an individual faculty like call on another person, if they weren't able to make the workshop, let's say, or maybe they want to try something new and they just don't know how, do they like set an appointment with a member of the community, or like are they always accessible, or is it more like driven by the events that you have?
So I think it was driven more of the events that I had, but what I knew was that one of the faculty member, one of the FLC told me that few of the people from his department were not able to make it during that workshop, but they would like to learn more about it. So then I said, well, I'm more than happy to help, and then I believe he helped them out instead of me. So kind of like, more than likely, they kind of want to know how to create great questions in class, and then I come in as a technical person. That, at least that has been my experience very recently.
Great. Did well, you were kind of getting this up and running. Did you encounter any resistance to the idea? Were there people who tried to shut it down at all?
Oh, no, 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 not at all. Not at all. That's what I said. Relationships, a relationship is very important. Um, like what I said, I had to turn away people. I had to say maybe in the next FLC you're gonna be part of it. My boss and my group is so supportive. I cannot tell you enough. I'm bragging right now. If that's the best group that you can work for here at Boise State in the technology group. And it's a great support. They ask you questions like what I said. I really did not know what's going on before about FLC. I keep calling people outside Boise State to find out what is FLC. I mean, I read, of course, I read about FLC. What is this? All I wanted to know is to make a difference here at Boise State. I want to make sure that students are taken care of. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing.
Great. Well, that wraps up the questions that I see so far. Please feel free to type something into either the chat box or the questions section if you have anything. I can hold on for a few minutes. We definitely have some time. Otherwise, we can give you the rest of your day back, but I'll hold on for just a few minutes. And if you want to get back to your day, that's great. Otherwise, I'll just wait and see if we have any questions come through.
I think I would like to add something, and I'm not sure if Dr. Karen Adams is online today with us. She shared this with me last week, including Professor Turco. They went through an accreditation very recently, I think the last 2-3 weeks. I think they use, not I think, they use iClicker technology and another technology that my group supports. I think the accreditors were very impressed that these technologies were being used by faculty members, and I am very, very happy that two of my FLC use iClicker in their teaching while the accreditors are here in town.
That's great. All right. Well, I'm not seeing any questions in either the chat window or the question box. So if there's anything else, Grace, thank you so much for this wonderful information. And are people welcome? Obviously, you put that on your slide.
Yes.
You're welcome to contact her directly. If you have any iClicker related questions, you can reach people. If you know who your rep is, that's ideal. But oh, wait, it looks like there is a question. Sorry. Hold on.
That's fine.
Oh, it was Karen. She was just saying she was here, and sorry for the delay. Never mind. So I was just going to say, you're welcome to always reach out. There's a lot of information on the website, so we hope that you have found this informative. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm reading from Karen now. Oh, the accreditors were very impressed. She's just following up on what you were saying, which is great. That's always nice when you can impress your accreditors, so great. All right. Well, I think I'm going to wrap it up then and close this out. Again, thank you everyone who joined. And Grace, thank you so much for putting together the presentation. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, guys, for listening, and thank you for hosting Rhonda and the Macmillan Company, and thank you to Boise State as well.
All right, great. Our pleasure. And I hope you guys go on to have a great rest of your day. Thanks again. Bye-bye.
Bye.